Oh, here we go. Easy challenge for $7.77. Just answer the question. Where did the 7% increase in donations per hour come from? Was it arbitrary or designed to reasonably constrain the run to a week? So it definitely wasn't to constrain the run to a week, because when we did this the first time, we figured it would last the weekend. I think it was sort of picked arbitrarily, but we were like, what would happen if, like, we ran some numbers, right? Like, I think this was primarily Paul that came up with the 7% initially, and we sort of like ran the numbers. And a couple times earlier, in like somewhere in the mid tens of, like Desert Bus 4 through 8 or something, we've looked at it and been like, should we change this? And it's the amazing thing about compound interest. Changing it even 1% in either direction just changes everything so much that it's just sort of like, actually, this is a sweet spot and it seems great. So let's stick at the 7%.
Yeah.
So
the first year we were expecting to, like, maybe we'll make $5,000. And I believe that like 7% sort of took us to like almost exactly the weekend.
This is probably because I am not from British Columbia, where you have a provincial sales tax on top of a national goods and services tax.
Yep.
But in Alberta, that's the only tax we had, and I thought it was a reference to the goods and services tax at the time, which was 7%.
Yeah, that's true. What's Pixel Art Dragon asks, what's the cost of the first hour? $1. But Loading Ready Run traditionally donates $100 at the start of the run, so that's the first several hours. But technically speaking, the first hour is only $1, because we figured it was like, okay, if we raise this much, then we will have gone for still an amount of time that like feels like we've done something and feels like the audience is actually getting some amount of value out of it. And if we end up going for 3 or gosh, even 4 days, then we will have raised a lot of money to do that. So 7% just sort of all worked out. So, yeah.
And 100 because we want to make the first donation, but $1 is really kind of lousy.
Yeah, here you go.
Not that any amount of charity is not a valid amount of charity.
Correct.
Donate responsibly and to your heart's content.
To better clarify, Ian, $1 is lousy for the group putting it on, essentially, when we can just do the 100.
Correct.
I just don't want to. If someone wants to donate $56 and now is like, oh, I'll just donate $55 because they don't want my $1.
Yes.
We do want your $1.
Yes.
We absolutely do, because Child's Play wants your $1.
Correct.
But also transfer fees will eat up most of $1.
Yeah, that's why we say $5 or more.
That's why we bottom out all the giveaways at $5 as a minimum, because otherwise there's transfer fees and everything.